I want you to think about that one person. You know who I'm talking about. Maybe it's a friend or a relative, someone who is close to you that claims that they love you. But for whatever reason, when you go home after hanging out with them, you always feel a little bit more empty. There's this pit at the bottom of your stomach, but you can't quite put your finger on what's wrong. This is how you spot a fake friend. Have you ever had someone make a jab at you and then play it off as a joke? Oh no, I was just kidding. You're just being sensitive. I didn't mean it that way. No, here's the thing. Hatred comes in the form of jokes. People are not stupid. They will probe at you. They will poke the bear. They will see just how much they can get away with. No. Oh my gosh. Do you hear that? You set the limit. You put your foot down when your boundaries are crossed. There will be playful banter among friends. It's inevitable. That's what a good friendship is. But a good friendship is also knowing when that line is crossed. There are certain things that you don't joke about, okay? Somebody's death in the family, someone's physical appearance. I never let anyone joke about my family. I never let anyone joke about my physical appearance. I never let anyone joke about my weight. Those are 3 things that I do not let people touch. And the more you let people get away with, the more they will put onto you. And trust me, you don't want to be the butt of the joke. It is a very hard title to get rid of. I think a lot of times people get convinced that if they stand up for themselves, they appear weak or they look like they can't take a joke. No, it's absolutely the opposite. If people know that you won't stand up for yourself, they will view you as weak. And plus, if someone truly liked and cared about you, the last thing they would ever do is make you feel bad about yourself. I promise you that. That is a line that they will not dare come near. So if somebody does, either they don't respect you or they really just don't like you. The worst is when they take it back. And I feel like you could tell when someone means it or not, because they won't apologize for it. Like, they will put it on you. They'll say, you're just being too sensitive. No, I didn't mean it that way. It's just a joke. If you stand up for yourself and someone apologizes, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't know that. I didn't mean to hurt you that way. Then it was a joke, you know? But if someone refuses to take accountability for the way they hurt you, they don't like you. If you're not a very confrontational person or you don't like to start a fight, you don't have to. I don't like to do that either, but I'll show you what you can do. It looks like this. It was nice talking to you. The moment you feel disrespected in any sort of situation, you leave. You don't entertain it any longer. You're not a clown. Don't sit there and laugh with them. If it made you feel hurt, you don't sit there and laugh. You could stare at them. You could be like, "What? Why are you laughing? It's not funny." But you don't laugh with them, because that just tells somebody that you're okay with being a joke. You're not a joke, so don't treat yourself like one. Another thing that you need to be very wary of is the messenger. Beware the messenger. This is the worst friend. That and the floater friend. Do not trust these people. These people have no standards, have no morals. That's why they're able to hang around with everyone. When someone is able to be everyone's friend, they don't have morals. Because here's the thing. You don't hang around everyone. If someone or a certain group of people does things that you don't agree with, for example, if a group of people, they cheat on their test or they steal and do stuff like that, if you don't agree with those people, you wouldn't put yourself in a situation where you are with those people, no matter what. You wouldn't want to be associated with those people. But the floater friend or the messenger is the one who plays as everyone's friend. They're just a nice person. I promise you, all the secrets that you tell this person is a story for another friend group. I promise you. For example, maybe you had a bad day. You broke up with your boyfriend or something bad happened, and you're ranting to this friend. And if you see this friend sitting with a group of gossipers at lunch, what do you think they're talking about? Dogs? Puppies? No. Another thing you need to be very wary of is the "I'm just looking out for you" friend. This is the person who comes to you and tells you that this person has been talking bad about you. But I want you to understand this. If somebody feels comfortable talking bad about you to your friend, there's something else in the equation. There's something else this person is not telling you. Why? Because people are not dumb. Again, they're not going to go to someone if they know that this person is going to go immediately to their friend and say, "By the way, this person said this about you. I shut them down." No. There was a conversation there. How do you think the conversation went? Oh, I don't like your friend. She's annoying. Okay, well, no, are you stupid? No, they entertain that shit. And besides, it's different if they come and tell you, hey, this person said this about you and I said this back. That's completely different, But somebody who runs around like a little rat spreading information, they just want the drama. I tell you, and they just want the badge of being the messenger. You never want to trust that friend. Another thing is simply look at who this person surrounds themselves with. Okay, whether it's a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a relative or whatever, your friend, see who else they surround themselves with. See who their company is, okay? Because they are exactly like them. Don't be stupid. Don't fall for I'm not like them. That's just them and I don't do that. No. And here's the thing. If they weren't like them, why are you hanging around them? That says a lot more about you than the people you hang around. Because again, you don't have the standards, you don't have the morals to remove yourself in situations where you don't want to associate with. And you have to be dumb. You have to be dumb to believe that. Like, if your friend hangs out with a bunch of druggies who go to the club on Friday night to party and drink and go crazy, and they go out with their friends who go on a Friday night to go clubbing and go crazy, what do you think they're doing on a Friday night? Going clubbing and going crazy. You have to be stupid to believe that people have the strength to say, no, I'm not taking that. No, I'm not doing that if that is their friend. No, people don't have the strength to do that. People who wouldn't want to do that wouldn't hang around people like that in the first place. So if your friend or anyone hangs around a bunch of gossipers, you already know. They're gossipers too. Because the whole point about gossiping is you sit there and gossip. You don't do anything else with your life. If your friend hangs out with people like that, they are the same. They are the same and they're putting up a front for you, baby. I promise you, and I'm sorry, that's the way it is. Another very common thing, and this is for girls specifically who have a boyfriend, is when their boyfriend has friends who are not, you don't agree with. You don't really like what their friends do, but you like the boyfriend. He's doing everything that they're doing. I promise you that. I put my heart on it. Men are stronger than women in this sense. We know that if men don't like someone, they will be like, hey, I don't like you. I don't want to hang around that person. So if your boyfriend is hanging around cheaters or is friends with cheaters or people that can't keep a girl, please, don't try to be understanding in situations where you're a doormat. That's another thing. I used to be like that all the time. I would always try to put myself in the other person's shoes and understand them and think about what they're going through, all that shit. No, you don't do that. Why? Because you have to think about it this way. I've been through a lot of bad and crazy stuff in my life, but never once did I mistreat someone. Intentionally, never once. And if I ended up hurting someone, I would apologize sincerely. I wouldn't try to protect myself with, I'm just going through a hard time. No. And here's the thing. If you know that you yourself, you wouldn't do that to that friend, then you don't allow them to do it to you. Why would you allow someone to mistreat you when you know you wouldn't do the same? You're just a doormat if you do that. There's a difference between being genuinely kind and a people pleaser. You have to have manners. You have to have basic etiquette. But that is it. The moment that someone disrespects you, you stand on it. You don't allow them to push you around and play the victim card. Oh, I'm going through a hard time. I didn't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. No. Another thing. Pay very close attention to what this friend says when they're upset. Because that is the truth. Everything that someone says, everything that comes out of someone's mouth when they are upset is the wholehearted truth. Why? Because at one point, it was a thought, okay? Whether it was 3 weeks ago, a day ago, it was a thought that they kept at the back of their mind because they didn't have a reason to say it, But the moment that someone turns on you or they have a reason to turn on you, all that comes out. I used to be very ugly. Before I had a glow up, I was chopped. During that time, whenever a friend or a relative would get upset, they would immediately take stabs at my physical appearance. Every time someone was upset with me during that time, they would stab at me for my physical appearance. Oh, you're not even fit. Oh, you're ugly. When they calmed down and I would ask them, hey, did you mean that? Like, did you really mean that? Because I was dumb enough to. Of course they're gonna say no. Why? Because they're not mad at you, and 9 times out of 10, they probably need something from you at the time. If someone, has this secret animosity towards you, but for some reason still wants to be your friend, it is for 2 reasons. Either they want to be you, or there's something that they need from you. And this is something, oh my gosh, I remember this one time, this was in one of my schools during high school, and this girl, she had an issue with one of her friends, or maybe someone in her class, and she went to someone who I was hanging around at the time and was like, hey, this girl has been saying this, she's been making jabs at me, she's really rude, and she said this about me on social media the other day. And this girl, she tells the girl who's complaining, she's like, okay, well, first, do you follow her on social media? And she's like, yes. And she's like, do you need anything from her? And she's like, no. And then she's like, okay, then why are you still friends with her? Being literally at that moment, my brain, I went through a whole, it clicked. It made sense. That's how people are. I really truly thought that it was just in the movies that people are like that. But no. People are really like that. If they need something from you, they'll do everything but not be around you. They will poke fun at you. They will talk shit about you. They will do all of these things but distance themselves from you. And that is the scariest thing. That's why I say when somebody hates you, you will know. But you never really know if someone likes you. That's the scariest thing, especially amongst girls. You never really know if somebody likes you or not. That's why I have more respect for someone who comes to me in my face and say, hey, I hate you. I hate what you do. I hate how you speak, rather than someone who lays on the low and backstabs me in the end. So, how do you have the confidence to put someone down when they try to put you down? Here's how. You need to have the credentials, okay? People can kill your potential, but what you've done, the confidence you have, they can't take that away from you. Here's the thing. If someone is making fun of you for being fat, you gotta hit the gym. I'm sorry. That's the truth. But it's not even about your physical appearance, or it's not even because you're fat. It's for your confidence. As long as you know that you take care of yourself, as long as you know you got a clean room, you make your bed in the morning, you respect your parents, you have respect for those you care about, then who cares about what anyone else has to say with you? But without that, you're going to allow anyone to make fun of you. It's inevitable. You won't be able to stand up for yourself if you don't even believe in yourself. Do you realize how stupid that sounds? Trying to stand up for yourself, but you don't even have the self-confidence to do so. Of course you're going to let people push you around. No, you need to build that self-confidence. I don't care if it means eating healthier. I don't care if it means cleaning your room. I don't care if it means waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning. You have to do the steps that it takes to have the confidence to say, no, you're being a bad friend to me. I don't want to hang around you anymore. Be gone. And without that, you're just going to be pushed around for the rest of your life. You have to understand that all you need is yourself. People would rather hang around those who don't even respect and appreciate them than be fine with their own company. And that is something that never sat right with me. I would rather sit at a lunch table by myself. I would rather spend the entire day at school by myself than hang around people who don't respect me. Okay? Because what is that going to do? That's going to kill my self-confidence. I know my caliber. I know what I'm capable of. I am not going to dumb myself down for others to fit in. No, never. When people see a light in you, when they see that you're unique or you're something special, and they aren't with you on that, or they don't look up to you for that, they will do everything they can to drag you down to their level. It is a very serious thing. I've seen the most amazing kids, the most incredible kids with most talent, the most potential, become bums because they hang around with the wrong crowd. It is the saddest thing to see all this potential in this one person go to waste because they listened to the wrong person. Don't pull someone out of a fire if they won't even split their bread with you, okay? It's wasted talent, it's wasted potential, and you're wasting your time with people like this. I know that when you're growing up, you want to have that company and you want to be surrounded and you want to feel like part of the group. But you would rather, and trust me on this, it is better for you to be alone than with the wrong crowd. Because the wrong crowd will kill every single opportunity there is for you out there. It'll kill your spirit. It'll kill your energy. You will feel it. Like I said in the beginning, something is wrong, but you can't quite put your finger on it. No, if you feel that gut feeling that the person you're hanging around is draining your energy, it is because they are. You're not supposed to feel bad. You will always feel better after hanging out with someone who genuinely loves and cares about you. A lot of us were raised in family or cultures or environments where jokes like this and insults like this are normal, you know. A lot like if you're Asian, you'll get it. If you go home, you know, for Chinese New Year, and then you always got that one aunt who's like, oh, you gained or lost weight, or you have so many pimples on your face. You know, there's always that one person. But you have to understand that that's not okay. That feeling that you get in your stomach is not okay. It's not supposed to feel like that. And it's hard when you grew up that way. It's hard to accept that. But that's the way it is. No one, partner, friend, relative, should be making you feel like that. You should not allow anyone to be letting you feel like that. Another thing that I want you to keep in mind, that where there's fire, there is always fuel nearby. And if you entertain these people and allow them to get away with making fun of you, they will continue to do it over and over and over again. And God will let you learn that lesson as long as you need to until you have to crawl away from these people. You're not a clown. So why on earth are you entertaining them? Never be the butt of the joke, okay? Never allow yourself to be the butt of the joke. If you're in a friend group and someone makes fun of your appearance and everyone starts laughing, you leave or you call them out on the spot. You don't allow them to get away with that, okay? People get more confident when there's others around. That's the thing. If there's others around, they get a little bit more confident. They get a little bit more cocky. They think they can get away with making fun of you. And that's the thing. The fakest people will always be nice when it's just you and them. But the moment there's someone else in the equation, they're talking shit, they're throwing jokes, they're poking insults at you. That's not a real friend, I promise you. You need to have enough respect for yourself, respect for your name, to put your foot down when something feels wrong. Don't allow anyone to manipulate you into thinking you're the problem. No, if you feel bad, you feel bad. That's it. No one can tell you what you feel. No one can tell you otherwise. I've spent so much of my life convincing myself that it was me who was the problem. I tell you, someone would literally make fun of me and I would take it upon myself. I'd be like, okay, well, maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. Maybe I am dumb. Maybe I am ugly. No more. If I feel I am ugly, then I will do something to fix it. But I'm not going to allow anyone else to tell me what they feel about me and tell me that it's fact. No. And if someone truly does hate you, you know, people are going to hate you. And that's how life is. You shouldn't be bothered by it, okay? What they hate about you is a reflection of their own insecurities. If they hate that you're fat, they're afraid of being fat. That's it. And in life, there is going to be people that genuinely don't like you for no reason. You know, I have people that never liked me from the moment I set foot in a school for absolutely no apparent reason. And you know what? Maybe it's the truth or not. I just tell myself, and you should tell yourself too, that they're obsessed. They want to be me. That's it. And they can't. So that's why they're upset and they hate me. You know, even if it's not true, just having that mindset will make you a whole lot more confident. All right. There are people who are going to hate you for breathing simply because you are a threat. Your existence is a threat. All right. I don't care if it's true or not. You're going to keep telling yourself that. Okay. Because you're not going to allow anyone to make you feel bad about yourself. You're not going to allow anyone but yourself to tell you that there's something wrong with you. Sometimes, like I said in one of the parts of the video, there are times you need to take accountability. All right. You need to be clean. You need to be confident. You need to be fit. You need to be healthy. All of these things is what's going to give you the confidence to put others down when they try to put you down to their level. Without these things, you will constantly look for the approval and the validation from others. And guess what? That way, you will never be happy because everyone has a different opinion. The only opinion that matters is yours. The amount of energy that you save from being with the right people or no people at all is insane. It is always better to be the lone wolf than hang out with a bunch of sheep. Always.